Okay, so a card is selected. Let's just say it's the 7 of clubs, okay? The 7 of clubs gets returned back into the middle of the deck. And all we have to do, cast our hand over the deck. And that card gets controlled right to the bottom. Let's do that one more time. Card is selected. Let's say it's the Ace of clubs. The Ace of clubs is returned back into the middle of the deck. And if we snap this time instead of cast our hand over it, what happens is that card gets flipped over. Okay, so once you get that card selected, what you're going to do, when you're at this point, curl your index finger back. Just curl your fingers as deep as possible into the small packet. And now what you're going to do with this part, you're just going to put it over like that. So you're in this position. So what you're going to do from here, you're going to come over and square up the deck, pinky, whatever this thing is called, middle finger and index, and then thumb back here. You want your thumb to hold this packet as well, this one, which makes it able to pull this card back. If you aren't holding on to it, that's going to happen and it just makes it a lot harder. One more time, card is selected, change your grip. Once you get to here, you're basically going to curl your fingers back and you're going to take it along with you. Like that, okay? Once you're at this position, you're going to lift this up. You see your index finger, you're just going to let that go, then push everything back. So from here, let go of your index, then push everything back, put everything right on top. Another thing that I want to note is that the deeper you put in your fingers, the easier it's going to be to take that card out. So let's say you just have this tiny little break with like your fingers barely at the card. It's going to be a lot harder to take it out, as well as you have to lift this up so much more to get that card cleared, and it also is a lot more uncomfortable to get that card down. So all I'm saying is get your fingers in as deep as possible because it definitely helps. Okay, variation number 2, you pull the card out. From here you let go of your index finger, then just put the rest of the deck on top. So now you have that card flipped over, controlled to the bottom. Okay, so here's a few performance tips. First thing that I want to point out is angle. So let's say that you're performing this and they can clearly see your hand go out. It's because you're doing it at the wrong angle. This move is pretty angle sensitive, and one thing you want to watch out for, keep the deck low, because if you have it high up and you're doing this and then they can clearly see that you have a big break and you're like obviously pulling out a card. Have it where it's completely flat. Just go like that and they can barely see anything. And the thing is, it's a pretty noisy move if you ask me. So don't go like, shh, shh, watch, watch, watch. You didn't hear anything. You just cover up the sound that you're making. Since this move is really angle sensitive, there's gonna be like 1 or 2 people who's gonna see it. So bring attention away from the deck. So like, look them in the eye and say, okay, so you picked this card. Divert attention from the deck, so you can just go like that really, really quickly. So just play around with the angles and play around with it. The faster you do it, the less the spectator is going to notice that anything happened. So you can do something like really, really quickly, just like that, and they won't notice a thing. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to show your friends because nobody knows I exist yet. I'll see you next time.